Welcome down the warp pipe. I'm a fan of physical games if you haven't already noticed. And that means I'm a big fan of what companies like Limited Run Games does, but I never knew that Limited Run Games actually has a special sale that they do every January where they clear out old inventory or excess copies that they've had sort of sitting around from the previous year. And one option that they offer is to actually buy them in blind boxes. So I have no idea what I've ordered here. And actually, this is really cool because you get them at a slight discount, and if you're someone like myself who likes pretty much every genre under the sun, you might find a new favorite game or a physical copy of a game you might already own digitally. So let's take a look and see exactly what I got in these 5 physical editions, 3 for PlayStation 4 and 2 for the Nintendo Switch. In case you're new, I'm Ty. But if not, it's great to see you. So let's start off with the PlayStation 4 here. Like I said, I ordered these. They were $30 each, which is a little bit lower than the price of ordering a specific game. Although if you want, you can actually go through and buy that specific game. I just figured, hey, you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun and a little bit of surprise involved with it. I guess I should have took the plastic off first before going through these. Gotta say, I do like the fact that they're on a slant. It's actually kind of cool. Let's see what... Oh, sick! Jedi Knight Academy. I didn't even know they made this. Awesome. So yeah, if you're not familiar, this is Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. It's one of the older ones, kind of almost a spiritual prequel to Jedi Fallen Order that came out. It allows you to customize your character, make your own lightsaber. I played the earlier ones of this and didn't end up playing it back in the day, so this is really cool to have. Add another thing that I really want to play to my backlog. Yeah! Thanks, Limited Run. So I mean, this one is number 337. I'm not going for a complete collection. I don't know about you, but I don't plan to own every copy of every game ever made. I think a museum should be responsible for that. Shocked I don't own it on PC already. Actually, I might. It might be digital. So in the interest of keeping things interesting, let's move on to the Nintendo Switch here. Yay, I'm gonna edit this out. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even know they open up like this. That's way cooler to reveal. Apparently the cards have nothing to do with the games because the card that I got here is, that lighting is for Grandia HD. That's one I kind of wish I got. That one, I don't know what that's all about. This one is number 278, Dark Devotion. You know what? I have never even heard of this. Awesome. Okay, so Dark Devotion appears to be a pixel art, side-scrolling, kind of arcade. Maybe it's I don't see roguelite or roguelike mentioned anywhere here, which kind of gives me some reassurance, but yeah, it seems like a kind of game that might be right up my alley. Awesome. Well, I'll have to give it a try at some point. Oh, another Star Wars game. This one I did play back in the day, although I didn't own a physical copy of it, thanks PC gaming back in the day, if you know what I mean. But I'm very glad to own a physical copy of this. Let's get it out proper. Maybe this is better for the reveals. What? Who knows? Yeah. Alright, so yeah. Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast. The one that came before this one, which is actually really cool that I got both. I'm actually quite happy about that. I didn't know these were included in the collection. So this one is kind of actually much more in line with what you would expect for Jedi Fallen Order, although it does have some first-person shooter elements to it as well. Just, yeah, good old school kind of, I believe this came out early 2000s if I'm not mistaken, Star Wars game that was really good on PC and I hope translates really well to the PlayStation, and I hope well, there doesn't need to be a PS5 version of it, but I will play it on my PS5. Wow! Okay, so this is an actual printing plate. One of these exists. I am the sole owner of this. That is actually really cool. Huh. It's not a card, but that actually is way cooler to me. So it turns out that this is actually for Accounting Plus, which is a game that doesn't sound very fun based on its name. I mean, accounting's not fun, am I right? You know what? It's probably actually a pretty fun game based on the screenshots and all the gameplay that I've seen of it. So, no knock against the developer there. Moving on to the second and final Nintendo Switch game. Alright, let's do a nice fancy reveal. And it is Battle Axe. I have never heard of this game as well. Apparently lots of unknowns on the Nintendo Switch for me, which is actually really cool. So I know that's where I want to go if I want some unknowns. Okay, cool. So now that I've looked up kind of what this is, it looks like it's maybe like a RPG, kind of like the Secret of Mana series, but with like real-time combat, and honestly looks actually really sick. The images I looked up on Google here, like way cooler than what's shown on the back. You're seeing a trailer, but yeah, I am actually legitimately excited to jump in and try these two Nintendo Switch games that are both pixel art, which I love, and are two games that I've never even heard of. Cool! Card is the same one I got on the other Nintendo Switch one. I guess there's just a lot of whatever 278 is. End of the episode for that. Alright, and the last game here for PlayStation 4. Drum roll, if you will, me in the future. It is... I am not even gonna pretend to try and pronounce that correctly. I am really confused right now. Some sort of anime-ish game, which totally cool. I like those generally. This is definitely a bullet hell style shoot 'em up, which is kind of a weird mix. It's like melee with like, yeah, apparently melee with long range shooting, and yeah, I'm not generally a huge fan of shoot 'em ups in terms of like really caring about them, though I do enjoy them in passing and loved them in the arcades, but it just wasn't a genre that translated to home for me very well. But you know what? I've actually kind of wanted to pick up a few of them recently and give them a shot, so this will be a great opportunity to throw it in and see exactly if it's up to what I'm into now, because honestly, my taste in games has changed a lot over the years and really fluctuates from time to time and what mood I'm in. So maybe with the right mood striking, this will actually hit. Brigadane, Legend of Runarisa. I have never heard of that either, so definitely not the game I got, but cool to have that card nonetheless. I'm doing this next year too. I wasn't sure, but after opening these up, I am 100% confident doing the same thing next year. I'm going to save up a good chunk of change for it. So that's the entire group of games that I got from Limited Run Games with the 5 orders that I did. Well, I guess 1 order for 5 games, but yeah, let me know down below if you plan to partake next year in their sort of January Boxing Week or Boxing Day sale. Regardless of that, thank you so much for joining me down the warp pipe. So what is card 278? It's Slime Son, which is a 2D platformer of sorts that's retro-inspired, it seems. So it's actually kind of cool that these cards show me games that I otherwise may not know of or may even have no interest in initially looking into, but now I do want to actually play a couple of them. Although I am kind of bummed I didn't get Grande HD. That was one I was kind of looking forward to.